Chepkwony, Charity Kadhambi, yes. North Horr, Guyo Ade Wario, North Imenti, Rahim Daud, North Mugirango, Joash Nyamoko, Nyakach, Aduma Joshua Owuor, Nyali Muhammad Ali, Nyali Muhammad Ali, Nyamira Jerusha Momanyi, yes. Nyandarua County Faith Gitau, Nyando Jared Okello.
Nyando votes no.
Nyaribari Chache Zahil Janda, Nyaribari Masaba Daniel Manduku, Nyatike Tom Boya Ondege, Nyeri County Rahab Mukami, Nyeri Town Duncan Madhenge, Oljororok Michael Muchira, Ol Kalau Kiaraho David, Odaya Michael Wainaina, Pokot South Kosing David, Rabbi Anthony Kenga Mupe, Rabbi Anthony Kenga Mupe, Rangwe Gogo Lilian, Rarieda Paul Otiende Amolo, Rongai Paul Kibet Jebor, Rongo Paul Abor, Roy Sambu Mwafrika Kamande, Ruaraka Tom Joseph Kajwang, Ruiru Simon Kingara, Runyenjes Karemba Eric Muchangi, Sabatia Sloya Clement Logova, Sabatia Sloya Clement Logova, Saboti Caleb Amisi, Saku Dido Raso, Samburu County Pauline Lengurus, yes. Samburu East Lekumontare Jackson Letoijoni, yes. Samburu North Letepila Dominic, yes. Samburu West Josephine Lesuda Naisula, Josephine Naisula Lesuda,
Give her the mic. Yes.
I vote no.
Seme James Nikal, Seme James Nikal, Chinyalu Frederick Chinyalu Frederick Ikana, yes. Ikana, yes. Seme Frederick, sorry, Chinyalu Frederick Ikana, yes. Siaya County, Christine Ombaka. Sigor, Peter Rochakapong. Sigowet Soin, Justice Kemei. Sirisia, John Waluke. Sotik, Francis Sigei. Saudi Menti, Shadrach Mwiti. Shadrach Mwiti, South Menti. South Mugirango, Silvanas Osoro. Soy, David Kiplangat. Starehe, Amos Mwago. Suba North, Millie Grace Odhiambo. Suba South, Karori Omondi. Subukia, Samuel Gachobe. Suna East, Junet Mohammed. Suna West, Francis Masara. Taita Taveta County, Lydia Haika Mziki. Tana River County, Amina Deka. Tarbaj, Bare Hussein Abdi.
Yes. Huh?
Tarbaj, Bare Hussein Abdi.
Yes.
Please go.
Taveta, John Okano Bwire. Teso North, Oku Kaunya. Teso South, Mary Amase.
Mary Amase.
Teso South, sorry, Tetu, Joyfrey Wandeto. Joyfrey Wandeto. Dharaka, George Murugara. Tharaka-Nithi County, Susan Ngugi. Tharaka-Nithi County, Susan Ngugi. Thika Town, Alice Nganga. Tiati, William Kamket. Tiati, William Kamket. Tigania East, Mpuru Aburi. Tigania West, John Mutunga. Tinderet, Julius Meli. Tongaren, John Chikati. Trans Nzoia County, Lillian Sioe.
Order. The chief whip on the minority side informs me that he is appointed member for Bumula to relieve Honorable Mawathe as a teller.
Trans Nzoia County, Lillian Sioe. Tarbo, Janet Citiene. Turkana County, Cecilia Ngetit. Turkana County, Cecilia Ngetit. Turkana Central, Joseph Namor Emade. Turkana East, Nicholas Gikolok Ngikor. Turkana East, Nicholas Ngikolong Ngikor. Turkana North, Paul Ekom Nabuin. Turkana South, John Ariko. Turkana West, Nanok Daniel.
Yes.
Uasin Gishu County, Gladys Boss. Gladys Boss. Ugenya, David Ochieng. Ugenya, David Ochieng.
He's here.
Ugunja, James Wandai.
Upio.
James Wandai. Uriri, Mark Nyamita. Vihiga, Ernest Kivai Kagesi. Vihiga, Ernest Kivai Kagesi. Vihiga County, Beatrice Adagala.
Yes. She's here.
Beatrice Adagala. Voi, Abdi Chome. Wajir County, Fatuma Jeho. Wajir County, Fatuma Jeho.
Mawate ni kabuse. Mawate ni kabuse.
Wajir East, Daud Adan Mohammed. Wajir East, Daud Adan Mohammed. Wajir North, Abdi Saneh. Wajir South, Ado Mohammed. Wajir South, Abdi Mohammed. Ado.
Umesemaje? Yes. Yes.
Wajir West, Farah Yusuf Mohammed.
No.
Webuye East, Martin Pepela Wanyonyi.
Kuna mtu hapa uzetiki na wanasema. I'm telling you.
Abdi Daud Mohammed is out of the country. Webuye East, Daniel Wanyama.
West.
Wabuya West, Daniel Wanyama. West Mugirango, Stephen Mogaka. West Pokot County, Rael Kasiwai Chepkemoi.
Okay, give it. West Pokot, Kasiwai Rael Chepkemoi. West Pokot, Kasiwai Rael Chepkemoi.
She's there. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Westlands, Wetangula Timothy Wanyonyi. Wundanyi, Mwakuona Danson Mwashako. Yata, Basil Robert Ngui. Yata, Basil Robert Ngui. Ali Abdisirat Khalif. Chege Sabina Wanjiru. Dina Joseph Hamisi. Harun Suleka Hulbale. Ikiara Dorothy Modoni. Iraya Joseph Wainaina. Koske Joseph Kipkemo.
He's at the corner there. At the corner there.
No, Koske. Okay. I will repeat. Koske Jackson Kipkemo. He's there. Yeah. Mayaka Irene Nyakerario. Mayaka Irene Nyakerario.
Mpe mic. Vote. Hakuna. Sema tu. No, give her a mic. Mpe mic.
On behalf of Gen Z and the people of Nyamira, I vote no.
Mohammed Umul Khair Harun.
She's not nominated in Nyamira. That is a spoil for her.
Mic. Mpe mic.
As the Gen Z of the House, born in the year 1996, I say no.
Teresia Wanjiru Mwangi. Teresia Wanjiru Mwangi. Okay. John Mbadi Ngongo.
Sauti. Vote. Vote. Mic.
The authentic vote for Suba South is no.
Talib Abubakar Ahmed. Talib Abubakar Ahmed.
Yes.
Okay. Done.
Order. Order, honorable members, order. Order, honorable members. Order. The voting is not over until the results are announced. Take your seats. Order, members, take your seats. Kawanjiku, take your seats. Order. Honorable members, the tellers are not sure whether Honorable Sane voted or not. He's coming to confirm. You are satisfied? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Sane, take your seat. Order, honorable members, will tell us now walk to the bar. Will the tellers walk to the bar? Order.
Honorable Speaker, the division on the second reading of the Finance Bill 2024 voting, the ayes 204, nays 115, abstention
Order.
0.
Haya.
Order. Order, Honorable Millie. Order. 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 The results of the vote are not announced by the teller. Order. Honorable members, the results of the division on second reading of the Finance Bill 2024 is as follows. Ayes 204, nays 115, abstentions nil, so the ayes have it. Order. I now order for the bill to be read the second time. Order. Order, the House is in session. Order. Order. Clerk. Order.
A bill
Go ahead.
a bill for an act of parliament to amend the law relating to various taxes and duties and for matters incidental thereto.
Honorable members, the matter of the finance bill is now over. You wait for the committee of the whole. Those who have amendments to file, you know the deadline was 1 o'clock. The clerk and his team will process those amendments. And as you are told, the House will sit on Tuesday morning when we'll proceed on the same matter. I now order that the next order be open the bar, open the doors. Now call out the next order.
Order number 9, motion, consideration of Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024.
Clerk, call the next order.
Order number 9, motion, consideration of Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024.
Order, honorable members, order. Order. Members who are leaving the chamber, do so quietly. The next order has been called, order number 9, and I'm calling the Chair, Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs to move the motion. Those who are recessing out of the chamber, do so quietly. The House is not adjourned, the House is in session. Honorable Murugara, proceed.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to move that the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, be now considered. Honorable Speaker, this House considered the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill and passed it with amendments, and thereafter it was forwarded to the Senate for consideration. I wish to report that the Senate considered the bill and returned it with some proposed amendments, which proposed amendments the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee did consider and prepared a detailed report in which it actually agreed with the Senate in the proposals. In essence, it means that the National Assembly should now agree with the Senate on the proposed amendments, in which case then we would amend the bill as proposed by the Senate, and after that we would actually pass it ready for assent. The reason why the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee agreed with the Senate is that the proposed amendments are not major amendments as such, but are proposals that since the IEBC Act is supposed to be considered by the two houses, the bicameral houses, where we have made a provision for the National Assembly, then there is also a mention of the Senate. It would have been tidier if the Senate had proposed that we delete the National Assembly and substitute therefore with the word Parliament. But since we are not supposed to touch this bill in any other way so as not to necessitate mediation, we entirely agreed with the Senate and are now in agreement, and we do propose that we move to the Committee of the Whole House, where the proposed amendments will be considered, and once passed or adopted by this House, the bill will have passed through the two houses and will be ready for assent.
Honorable members, please resume your seats.
Honorable Madam Speaker, therefore I do beg the House to agree with the proposed amendments by the Senate, and we move on to the Committee of the Whole House. With those remarks, I beg to move and request the Honorable Chepkonga, the Honorable Member for Anabukoi, to actually second. I would have given.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the proposed amendments from the Senate as moved by the Chair of Justice and Legal Affairs, my very good friend, the Honorable Murugara. And I totally agree that this is the way we should go. We should consider the other house as also giving input to the making of laws in this country. As you know, the Senate participates in making law, but it is this House that enacts laws. So I totally agree that we approve the proposed amendments that have been forwarded to the House. I thank you. I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, be now considered. Yes, you may proceed. Do you have your card?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity to support the amendment as presented by the Senate. I have had keen interest, especially on this bill. Madam Speaker, this is a culmination of agreement that was reached by the NADCO committee, and indeed, the Senate should be included or should be captured in this bill, because elections across the country and the issues with boundaries cuts across national and county governments, and therefore, Madam Speaker, I feel that this is the right thing to do, and the Senate has ably inserted their say in matters IEBC in terms of appointing and all. And therefore, Madam Speaker, I think it's only in order that we support this bill so that then some of these constituencies that do not have representatives, and even our wards, some that either their representatives have passed on or seats have been declared vacant, Madam Speaker, will have an opportunity now to set up so that then they have representatives and people working for them. Madam Speaker, I support this amendment. Thank you.
The Honorable Member for Mandera North, Honorable Bashir Abdullahi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this bill is very important, and I want to urge this House to agree with the committee with the Senate amendments. Honorable Speaker, I have a neighbor constituency by the name Banisa constituency.
May proceed. Minority Leader, I'm going to give you a chance after Honorable Bashir.
My neighboring constituency called Banisa does not have a representative, and now it is 15 months since the death of our brother, the late Honorable Maalim Kulo Hassan. And all this is because of the fact that IBC is not fully constituted. It's unfortunate that the people of Banisa have been denied representation by the fact that IBC is not fully constituted. Personally, I have made a bill here, which is actually in the House, which seeks that the IBC CEO, in the absence of the chairman of IBC, be given the mandate to gazette a returning officer. But now that this bill now is on the floor with the amendments from the Senate, it only requires this House to pass so that it's assented to, and the people of Banisa and the other county assemblies have their representatives. So I want to urge this House to be fair to the people of Banisa and to the other many wards that are lacking representation, so that we fast track and the bill is assented to and IBC is fully constituted. And once the selection panel is constituted, I want to urge them that the membership of IBC Commission should not just take within 90 days, but should be within a span of between 30 to 45 days, so that they are in place and the people of Banisa go for by-election and they elect another representative. I support. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minority Leader, you had wanted to speak to this? Because you were busy then I gave somebody else. You want to speak? Yes, your point of order, Honorable Junet.
Speaker, I stand understanding Order 35. I want to ask whether there is quorum in the House. Madam Speaker, you are certain whether we have quorum in the House, Madam Speaker. Mwende nyumbani bana, wacha kusumbua sisi.
I direct that we ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
Well, the quorum bell is underway. The House has fallen short of the required quorum as the business of the House continues. That is an issue that has been raised by the Minority Whip, Junet Mohammed, informing the Speaker that the House does not have the required quorum during the proceedings of the House, and that has necessitated the quorum bell. The business that is on the floor of the House, or that was on the floor of the House, was the consideration of the amendments to the Independence, Electoral and Boundaries Commission, Bill number 10 of 2024, a bill that is originating from the National Assembly. It's a bill that was considered at the Senate, and the Senate had proposed a number of amendments, and this is a motion that was currently on the floor of the House. Members looking at those amendments that have been forwarded from the Senate. Some of the amendments or the clauses that attracted amendments from the Senate include Clause 2, Clause 3, and Clause 7. But remember that this is a bill that is the Independence Electoral and Boundaries Commission is one of the 9 pieces of legislation that emanated from the National Dialogue Committee, a committee that was formed to look into the matters or issues of national interest with regards to the electoral system, among other issues. So the Independence Electoral and Boundaries Commission is one of the pieces of legislation that came out of that and has already been considered in both houses. What the members were doing now is that they were considering the amendments that the members of the Senate had moved. The bill seeks to give effect to some of the recommendations and views of the public that were submitted to the National Dialogue Committee, commonly referred to as NADCO, on the issues of electoral justice and related matters, outstanding constitutional matters, fidelity to political parties or coalitions, as well as the law on multi-party democracy. The NADCO committee also had looked at issues about entrenching of National Government Constituency Development Fund and the Senate Oversight Fund and the National Government Affirmative Action Fund and establishment and entrenchment of state offices. These were some of the issues that were before the NADCO committee. So already the bill is before Parliament or has been considered in Parliament. The process is ongoing now. The bill was published on 4th of April 2024 and read for the first time on the floor of the House. It was considered and passed with amendments by the National Assembly on the 2nd of May 2024. Now, the bill, remember, is one that concerns counties. And with this regard, it was forwarded to the Senate for consideration pursuant to the House Standing Order number 142 of the National Assembly. So the Senate considered the bill and proposed a number of amendments. But the bill generally seeks to amend the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act, Cap 7C, to clean up the Act by deleting obsolete provisions, amend Section 6 of the Act and include experience in accounting or information and communication technology as additional professional qualifications for appointment as a member of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Also amend the first schedule to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that is IEBC Act, Cap 7C, to increase the number of members of the selection panel from 7 to 11 in order to accommodate a wide spectrum of stakeholders and interest groups. Remember, this was a conversation and it led to the proposal that the number of the members of the selection panel be increased so that it could include a wider spectrum of stakeholders and interest groups, as well as replace the current 5th schedule of the Act with a new and updated schedule. These are some of the amendments. Also make consequential amendments intended to align the Act to the judgment of the High Court in Katiba Institute and 3 others versus Attorney General and 2 others. in a 2018 ruling where the High Court held that certain provisions of the Act were unconstitutional. These are some of the amendments, or these are some of the proposals in the bill or contents that the bill seeks to cure or bring forward. Now, the Senate considered and passed the bill with amendments on the 11th of June, 2024. That is when they transmitted the amendments to the National Assembly seeking concurrence. The amendments were further or subsequently referred to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs for consideration. And that is why the motion on the consideration of the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has been moved by the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, Honorable George Murugara, that those amendments be now considered. So that was the business that was on the floor of the House before the minority whip informed or stood on a point of order to inform the Speaker that the House does not have the required number of members during the proceedings of the House. As we have seen, 2 members have walked in. Remember, that is a 10-minute quorum bell as directed by the Speaker, that is the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Gladys Boss. Those are members getting into the chambers, of course, in their numbers, and in a few, I believe that quorum will be achieved before the Independence, Electoral and Boundaries Commission bill, or before this particular business that was on the floor of the House. The members just concluded considerations on the finance bill that has been read for the second time. As per the traditions, the sergeant-at-arms who keep tabs with the numbers, once the number is achieved, they alert the Speaker and the clerk, and the House will be called to order for the proceedings to continue. Allow me to hand you over now back to the proceedings of the House.
Honorable TJ, you want to contribute? You want to contribute? Yeah, just hold on. Who was the last person? Oh, but he had finished. Okay, you may proceed. Proceed, Honorable TJ.
They will need a mic here.
Okay. Madam Speaker, this bill, we should be able to accede to it and pass it. We have been able to look at it from JLAC. It is only 3 issues which were not really in contention, which I think, as a matter of oversight, we may have passed the bill to the Senate without looking at it thoroughly. In terms of defining parliamentary party. We defined parliamentary party in the National Assembly, but somehow we did not define it for the benefit of the Senate. So they came to adjust that, number 1. Number 2, then the report of the Boundaries Commission ought in the parent act. In the parent act before the bicameral system, it used to come to the National Assembly. Again, we did not see that now we have 2 houses, and they have corrected that. And the third thing is that they have added 10 years experience in matters of law, ICT, and so on. Of course, Gen Zs will really suffer. But again, experience is also a good thing for management of an office. I had said in the committee, perhaps on ICT, they should allow Gen Zs without fetter of age. But it would seem that already Senate was minded to make this 10 years. And I think it is consistent with many of the laws which are there. And so, of all those things, I think the only issue probably in the selection panel that will bring issues is that this nominee of other than the parliamentary party, the people who are out there, I think it calls on that political liaison office to really know how to go through the parameters of transparency, qualifications and eligibility, not just to handpick a friend, but to go through a criteria, a verifiable criteria by which that member of the panel should be. And so I support, and I think we should be able to accede to this without necessarily going for mediation. Thank you so much.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Minority leader. There is an order.
System anyway, Honorable Speaker, I think this is a bill that has been canvassed for a long time in the two houses. It has gone through rigorous scrutiny, and I think it is the right time now for us to bring it to a closer. And I therefore support. Honorable Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Can the mover reply?
Mike. Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me to thank everyone who has contributed to this. This is purely routine, and in my view, there is no contention as regards the proposed amendments. With those remarks, I beg to reply.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, be now considered. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, we are in the Committee of the Whole House to consider the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024.
Senate amendment to clause 2, 3, and 7.
I propose the question that the Senate amendments to clause 2, 3, and 7 be now approved. I now put the question that is the Senate amendments to clause 2, 3, and 7 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover? Chair?
Yes. Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, that's a reporting. I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendment to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, and its approval thereof without amendments.
Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, and its approval thereof without amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Senate amendments to the Independent and Electoral. Honorable Speaker, I would like to take that again. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 10 of 2024, and approved the same without amendments.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request the Leader of Majority, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, to second the motion for agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second. And Honorable Speaker, just say that this bill, once approved, now sets in motion the process to have a panel to recruit IEBC commissioners. And I do hope that those who will be nominated by the various nominating bodies will nominate men and women of integrity, men who will become commissioners that will guarantee us that in 2027 we will have an election that will be done, and without questions, the winner of that election will be known without any questions, Honorable Speaker. And I beg to second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Okay. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 12, motion, reports of the Auditor General on the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for 9 constituencies in Bungoma County.
Who's the mover? Chairperson. Is the chair of the CDF committee. Okay. Seeing that the chairperson is not here, we can move to the next order. We can defer it to a later time.
Okay. Order number 13, motion, public petition on funds spent contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution.
Chairperson, public petitions.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion, that this House adopt a report on the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of the public petition number 04 of 2022 regarding funds spent contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 12th March 2024. Honorable Speaker, on the 15th of November 2022, Mr. Stephen Mutoro, Secretary General of Consumer Federation of Kenya, COFEC, conveyed to the House Public Petition number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. Madam Speaker, the committee went through this petition, listened to the petitioner, listened to the several witnesses, and Mr. Speaker, it was very clear that yes, funds were spent outside not outside the Article 223 of the Constitution of Kenya, and especially, Mr. Speaker, it was noted very clearly that in the last 20 days of the former regime, over 14 billion was approved hurriedly and paid without the express authority of the Controller and Auditor General. With that, Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the motion and request the Honorable Janet CNA to second the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Seconder, the Honorable Seconder. Yes, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I second that this motion be debated in the House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, I now propose the question that this House adopts the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of Public Petition number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, the 12th of March, the year 2024. The Honorable, well, what's the point of order, Honorable?
Mr. Speaker, I stand on the point of order number 35. And seeing the House, I don't think we have enough quorum.
We don't have quorum.
Yes.
Indeed, the chair agrees with you.
Thank you.
Doesn't no need to count. Ring the quorum bell. Ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
Majority Leader, order. And the member of Parliament, come back. The rules are very clear. Once you're on a division bell, nobody's supposed to leave the house, the chambers. He's not a whip, you're the whip. Only the whip. Order. Order, Honorable Chunga. Honorable Chinga, you are a ranking member. You are somebody very senior in this. You are not the whip. The whip is Osoro and he's here. Osoro and Naomi can go and whip, but you have to stay. Order, honorable members. The rules are clear and I've given my direction. Osoro. No, you go and whip. Osoro, go and whip. Naomi and Osoro, that's their function. Order, Majority Leader. Take your seat. Take your seat, Majority Leader. This is a house of rules. Please respect the rules. Sergeant at Arms, make sure nobody leaves the house until the division bell is, we have done the 10 minutes, and if there's no quorum, then the house will be adjourned. In the meantime, nobody leaves their chambers.
Again, the quorum bell is underway. The House has lacked the required quorum during the proceedings of the House, and this is pursuant to the House Standing Order number 35 that provides if at any time after the chair is taken, a member objects that there is not a quorum present, which is what we have just seen before that a quorum bell, the Speaker shall count the members in the House. If on the count a quorum does not appear to be present, the Speaker shall cause the bell to be rung for 10 minutes. And that is the bell that is currently underway for the members to be able to make their way back to the chambers. The business that was on the floor before that order that the House does not have the required quorum during the proceedings was a motion on the public petitions on funds spent contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution. This is a motion that has been moved by the Chairperson, Public Petitions Committee, Honorable Nimrod Mbai, who's also the member for Kitui East. And the committee seeks to have the House adopt the report of the Public Petitions Committee on its consideration of public petitions number 4 of 2022 regarding funds spent by the national government contrary to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution that was laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 12th of March the year 2024. The temporary speaker, Honorable Farah Maalim, who sits in the speakers panel, has directed that quorum bell be rung for the 10 minutes. Remember, once the 10-minute quorum bell lapses, or at the expiration of the 10-minute quorum bell, if the quorum has not been achieved, then the speaker shall adjourn the House until the next sitting without a question put. So that quorum bell is for the members to be able to make back their way into the chambers. Will the House achieve that required number of members for that business of the day to continue? Earlier on, the members considered the Senate amendments to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Amendment Bill, a bill that is originating from the National Assembly. These are amendments that had been moved or forwarded by the Senate after considering the bill. It is a bill that concerns county governments, and therefore it was moved to the Senate for consideration. The Speaker is addressing the House. Allow me to hand you over back.
26 p.m. And there being no quorum, this House stands adjourned until Tuesday, the 25th of June, the year 2024, at 9:30 a.m. Sorry, 9:30 a.m.